All right, so what's up? All right, so what's up? Today I want to talk about the idea of building generational wealth. Now, for most people, that's just a catchphrase. People use that because it sounds good in social circles, but as far as having a real defined plan as to how to build generational wealth, most people just don't have that. Today I want to talk to you about how you can realistically build generational wealth inside of a small freight broker business, trucking company, or any business for that matter. But you have to take the bull by the horns. So let's talk about it. First, let's talk about what is generational wealth. To me, it's just building, number one, wealth in the current generation. I'm responsible for doing that. I am the catalyst. I have to build a financial portfolio of different investments that allow for me to build enough wealth to pass on to another generation or generations. And I also have to build enough knowledge that allows for those that are coming behind me to have a good, solid knowledge foundation so that they can continue to build financial stability for themselves and generations beyond. So that's what building generational wealth is to me. Now, let's talk about what wealth looks like. It's building a financial portfolio, to me, in the sum of $1 million. That equals $1 million. Now, yes, I think it starts at $1 million in net worth, but the goal for financial stability for me is to build $1 million in investment assets. Not just $1 million in net worth, but $1 million and in investment assets in your portfolio based on your mutual fund investments, your stocks, your bonds, your cryptocurrency, a total of $1 million in those assets. That's the start of building wealth, in my opinion. Now, of course, real estate assets would factor into that as well. But I'm saying $1 million separate of what your house would be worth, right? Now, with that said, I want to build enough knowledge and money, remember, that I can pass on to the next generation. All right, so once I've done that and established financial stability or have built wealth for myself and my current generation, now it's time, or really at the same time, while I'm building it, I'm also building for the generations that come after me. Now, here is where a lot of people run into problems at. They genuinely want to give to the generations behind them. But what they think in their mind is that at some point they're going to be able to go and grab $50,000 and give to someone when they get 21 years old, whether that be a grandchild or whether that be your own child, right? You think that you're just going to be able to grab that money at that time and give it to them. But of course, life happens. And we're not able to do that at that time. And the generations behind you don't get to get that advantage, that head start that they sometimes need, right? I think it's a good thing to give the generation behind you the biggest advantage that they can get, right? Not in the sense that you are taking away their own ambition, but you're fueling their ambition, right? So the question is, should you wait until that time comes to try and give them that money? Or should you be saving all along the way for the inevitable? They are going to turn 21. They're going to graduate high school at some point. So instead of waiting to give them the money at that point, we can just start saving it now. But not just saving it. Not just saving it. Investing it inside of a custodial account. Your name is on the account and the child or the grandchild's name is on the account. And this account has different investments that are inside of that custodial account. You, of course, are the manager. So you have to have the right knowledge so that the account grows over time. Now, what I would put inside of a UTMA or a UGMA account, these are the accounts that I'm talking about, a custodial account that you'll set up for a child, the Uniform Transfer to Minors Act or the Uniform Gift to Minors Act. You'll set up this custodial account and you'll put money into it, into investments. And the investments that I would put inside of this type of account would be either an S&P 500 fund, index mutual fund, or a small cap index mutual fund, right? One is the S&P 500, the 500 largest companies in America by market capitalization. I would put that type of fund, or either a small cap, which is comprised of the small companies. A lot of small companies make up small cap index. So do your research on those and decide if those would be two that you would put inside of that type of account for a child or a grandchild. Now, the whole purpose of this is to help them to establish an investment mindset, right? To help them establish what the financial world is about in their own minds at an early age. And also to give them some money, right? Because money is important as well. We want to give them some investments that they can build their financial future on, their financial stability, financial wealth, so that they can continue to pass on wealth to other generations. That's what it looks like when you're talking about building and passing on generational wealth. Number one, build it in your current generation and then establish the foundation for other generations to build it. You see, I'm not trying to make my children or my grandchildren rich. I'm trying to give them a financial foundation, an advantage, a head start, so that they don't have to start at zero, right? That just makes sense to me. So we do that in different types of investments so that they can learn about how the system works. Now, for me, I also like cryptocurrency. So I want to introduce generations that are going to come after me to cryptocurrency so that they have an understanding of it. And also to have some investments within the crypto space. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to go put everything that you have into crypto, because it's quite unstable, a whole lot of volatility around crypto, and it'll probably be that way for some time. But I do think it's a good idea to have an investment in a digital currency. We live in a digital age, so that just makes sense to me. So I would have cryptocurrency as an investment for my children or my grandchildren, those generations that come after me. Now, UTMA, UGMA accounts, that's the start. But the knowledge is the most important part, I believe. Because if you give them money and you don't give them knowledge, then they'll just probably misuse and abuse the money. So we want to make sure that we are establishing a good knowledge base for those that are going to come after us. That is what is really going to propel them into a successful future. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope this information was helpful. I'm not trying to give you a total and complete plan in a few minutes video, but I'm just trying to give you a start and give you an idea of what it really looks like. Some of you already have in your own mind what it looks like, and that's great. But I would just say have a plan, because when we're talking about building generational wealth, there's no doubt about it. That is something that has to be planned. When you think of the responsibility that comes with it, the knowledge, the money that has to be put into it, that's a lot of responsibility. So it just makes sense to plan that out. Have a good, solid plan. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Until the next time, see you all the way at the top of the mountain, because the bottom is much too crowded.